Cool, thank you. So, hello, my name is Michal Prívozník, and today I'd like to talk to you about something which I have done, and I think it's very user convenient, so you might want to try it if you are using a Libvirt. So what's the goal? As Jirka said, the goal is just, you start a domain, you would just want to SSH into it, or just ping it, or whatever. Do the name translation really easy without having to edit etc hosts or something like that. So I wrote a NSS plugin for that. What is NSS? So various functions in glibc historically needed to be configured in order to function locally correctly. And this was done basically via using files. So for instance, you would edit etc hosts or something like that. This became very impractical when the new technologies were finding their way in to glibc, for instance, DNS and others. Moreover, the order in which the files were consulted was hard-coded. So this was really impractical. And that's when glibc adopted this plugin module or plugin system, where you can basically say for one database which plugins are to be consulted and in which order. So there's way more to NSS than I'm able to cover here. So I'll focus just on the host database here. So here on the line you can see whenever an host-related function is called, firstly the files plugin is consulted, which basically boils down to opening etc hosts and parsing the lines, trying to find the matching one. Then the system tries to consult Libvirt plugin, which I will cover on the next slide. And if all of these fail, basically the DNS is consulted, and hopefully that will work. So the plugins are actually libraries on your system, and it works like this. So for instance, if you call, say, getHostByName function, glibc do the DL open of all of the first plugin configured, in this case files, and it calls _NSS files getHostByName if present in the shared library. If the function returns some value, meaning okay, I found the matching piece, the resolution is done. If it doesn't, or the function is not there, the process continues with the next plugin, in this case Libvirt. If that fails as well, the third option is DNS there. So all that was needed really was just to create a shared library object implementing these simple functions. Frankly, it's not just getHostByName. It's some slightly more complicated name, but that's not the point here. So Libvirt has various types of virtual networks, but I would say the most used ones in simple environments or desktop environments are native ones. That's where Libvirt will handle IP address assignment for you, and it's done via spawning a DNS mask, which is configured in a way that whenever a new DHCP request is handled, a simple script is run which records the IP address among other fields somewhere in our database. The database is located at this path. However, I would not recommend you to rely on that because it might change in the future, which of course will be reflected in the NSS module. But so in the database there are tuples of host name, IP addresses, expire time, and many other fields. You can look yourself if you want. And also the database, you can view it via running this virsh command. So basically what the NSS module does is it consults the database, trying to find the match of the host name that it was given in the database, basically. And if it finds it, if it finds something matching, it returns the IP address assigned to it. If it doesn't, well, it returns, I don't know, the address, so the process can continue with another plugin that has been configured, which basically is, usually it is DNS or whatever. So this way, you no longer need to update your etc hosts file whenever you install a new virtual machine. You can just, you just need to edit the NSS switch once. The first time you install basically the NSS plugin, and that's it. You can just use it. So I'd say that's it. Any questions? Yes?
Is it packaged with any releases?
Yeah, it's available under Libvirt NSS package. Anything else?
So this was the fourth and last lightning talk.
Okay, thank you.